Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Monday, June 30th, 2025. Let's go. All right, we got an exciting day today, and we start off the day with gold up about $1 to 3,274. Silver down 11 cents, the second day of the smackdown. At 35.81. Both had been off more late last night. So we'll see if the end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the half brings a further smackdown in these metals. I would probably wait a little while and see which way these prices are going to go. There are heavy short positions in silver, and we'll see if they do their work here at the end of the month, as they usually try to do end of the quarter. Silver futures down 16 cents at 36.21 against a spot price of 35.81, so we're getting up to nearly a 50-cent spread between spot and futures. All right, the gold-silver ratio, 91.26, looks to be rising at the moment, but hovering above that 90 level, and I still say if we break below 90, silver will be running. All right, and in the 10-year yield, it is down again, 0.028 to 4.255. We've got the dollar down 23.23, nearly 1/4% to 97.17. As you can see, this trend line is down, 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 and down. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. Lower dollar usually is good for metals. Is it good for copper? Not today. Okay, copper still over $5, so it'll probably bounce off 5, and hopefully we'll continue higher to about 5.25. And we are down 0.75% to 5.08. Might see something like that in silver today as well. Platinum not getting the memo, up $16 to 1,355 after a pretty good-sized smackdown last, was that Friday? Anyway, platinum topped at 14.18, fell back to 13.35 or so, now at 13.55. Platinum trying to make a little run here. All right, in the economic calendar today, we have Chicago Business Barometer, PMI, at 9:45 Eastern. Tomorrow, S&P final U.S. manufacturing PMI, construction spending, job openings, ISM manufacturing, and auto sales. Wednesday, ADP employment, which is private sector employment, and that is a front runner to the initial jobless claims on Thursday. So it should get interesting here by the middle of the week. In the pre-market, boy, the market just keeps rolling on. We are square in the greed category on the Fear Greed Index at 65. Dow futures up 247, S&P futures up 29, NASDAQ futures up 149, and everything is rolling. Your stocks, your Bitcoin, your treasuries. What is Bitcoin today? Bitcoin, actually down 467 to 107,948. But this is not versus the Friday close. Bitcoin just trades all the time. So nice hefty level on Bitcoin, 107,948. Before we get on to the deals, this is the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com, and I'm sponsored by no bullion dealers, so I just do the work so you don't have to, and try to find you the best deals anywhere I can. Before we do that, welcome all new members and subscribers and viewers. We're going to do the question of the day, and the question of the day is the dollar dead? Now, you saw that trend on dollar. It is falling like a rock, and in some ways that, that is beneficial to U.S. businesses. Also is kind of a stealth tariff, if you will. If you can't get your tariffs the old-fashioned way, you devalue the dollar, and then you have a competitive advantage in foreign markets. Well, is the dollar dead? Not so quick, says Brent Johnson, and I have a link to this video on the website. Is the dollar crash finally here? So the only thing I will say is I do follow Brent Johnson, the milkshake guy, and he points out that the dollar is the most heavily shorted it has been, the second most heavily shorted it has ever been in history. And he says that we could have some more weakness here, but don't count the dollar out, because when things get bad, when the stories are, when the negativity comes back for whatever reason that might be, and there's plenty of reasons to be worried about lots of different things, that the dollar could shoot higher again. So I would not discount the dollar here. And before you answer the question, is the dollar dead and dying? I'm not talking about the purchasing power of the dollar, all right, because we know that that's going down, and it's already down to 2 cents on the dollar, and it'll be 1 cent, and then it'll be a half a cent. But the purchasing power is clearly dying, and inflation is not dead and will never die, because the government strives for inflation. It's another form of taxation. But no, the dollar is compared to a basket of foreign currencies, and all the dollar dying means is that it is worth less in relation to those foreign currencies. Included in those currencies is the Chinese yuan, of course, the euro, and other foreign countries. So when you say the dollar is dying, you're saying that the dollar will be worth less than a basket of foreign countries. And he says nay to that. Just wait for it. When the dollar bounces, that will be a headwind for metals, and you'll have to decide how low we go before we get the bounce. I think we will get the bounce eventually, but things are going to have to change. In the current environment for that to happen. So there you go. Let's get on to the deals. All right, and 1/100th gold, itty bitty gold, is going for $42 at SD Bullion. We've got new customer deal at bullion.com, 105.92 this morning, as gold gets more affordable. 1/10th gold eagle can be had for $3.80 at Safe Haven Metals. Notice the premium you're paying on that 1/10th gold eagle, and ask yourself, is it worth it? Okay, we have got 1/10th gold maple, $3.58 at Safe Haven Metals. We have got quarter ounce gold eagle, $8.77 at Safe Haven Metals. Quarter ounce Krugerrand is $8.50 at Bullion Exchanges. Let's do a $5 commemorative. That's a 0.2418 ounce of gold. And sale over at APMEX. That sale won't be on for too long if you want to pick those up. Good alternative to the quarter ounce gold eagle, and I do stack these. $8.06 at APMEX. Any quantity pricing. All right, moving on to the half ounce gold eagle, $16.89 at Safe Haven Metals. The 1 ounce gold eagle is $3,328 at Bullion Exchanges, and that is about $40-50 over spot. Moving on to the Buffalo, $3,401 at Safe Haven Metals. Cheaper on Costco. 1 ounce gold maple is going to be $3,344 at Safe Haven Metals, and cheaper in AU. Everything I show you is BU unless I say otherwise. Check out Walmart as well. You may get a better deal there. When you do, check out with that PayPal credit card I recommend. Links on my website. A 1 ounce Britannia is $3,316 at Bullion Exchanges. And a Krugerrand, which is often the cheapest of the sovereign gold coins, $3,330 over at Safe Haven Metals. But didn't I just do something cheaper? Was it the Britannia? $3,316. Britannia, cheaper than the Krugerrand. Go for the Britannia. Nothing wrong with that. And this will be 3 or 4 nines pure gold, as opposed to the Britannia, which is not pure gold. It's overweighted, so you do get an ounce of gold. So I would gravitate towards the finer gold if all things are equal. If you're looking for a St. Gaudens, you can get it in MS63 for $3,285 in the slab at SD Bullion. That'll be beautiful, and you'll never sell it. Platinum is on a tear, as you know. I won't do that. Silver Eagles, well, there ain't any. Okay, no good deals on Silver Eagles this morning unless you want to shop in Singapore. So, nope, no Eagles to be had at a good price. Off quality is still up there at Pinehurst in a quantity of 20, 38.22 for off quality Eagles at Pinehurst. What's going on with Superman? Let's see. Now, I did want to talk about Superman a little bit, and go back to the let's shop the new releases. We'll stop for a minute here at the U.S. Mint because big things are happening. As you know, the Army Privy Eagle, they've sold about 85,000, and they ain't selling no more, and they ain't releasing them early in the morning, and they're not taking the household limit off. So that coin is very hot. Hopefully you got one of those when I recommended it. We've got the 1 ounce superhero medal, the Superman medal at, this is the subscription, but you can subscribe to up to 5 and get those $135 unlimited mintage coins. Now you may want to pick that up. It's very, very pricey, and when something is unlimited, it is uncollectible. The only question is, will they stop production at some point? Will they sell 100,000 of these and then say they're out of stock and then have a de facto limit? I really don't know. I do know it's very expensive. I do know it's very popular. And I do know it's unlimited mintage, and they can mint as many of these for as long as they want. So you'll have to decide on that. The jury's out, and I'm not thrilled. But if we go on to the one you should be stocking, Superman, let's start, well, let's do the 2.5 ounce. This is the one that you're going to want to buy as many as you can, in my humble opinion. There are 25,000 of them. They finally updated the mintage, and 25,000 on a 2.5 ounce coin is about the same as, let's see, what's 2.5 times 25? 62,000. About 62,000 on the 1 ounce coin. Now, if they were only making 62,000 of the 1 ounce Superman, they would sell out immediately and start selling for $300. Here you have an opportunity to get this at a pricey $275. So I'm not saying that's cheap for 2.5 ounces of silver, but I do believe you'll want to get as many of these as possible, and I think they will institute a household limit, depending on how the 1 ounce Superman comes about. You may also want to get the Superman Gold. And this is for you heavy hitters out there with big wallets, and you have duration. You can hold this for as long as it takes. Now, this is limited to 10,000, and I do think these will eventually sell out. There's a household order limit of 1. They won't sell out the first day. They may take the household limit order off. This is a 1/2 ounce of gold. It'll probably sell for $2,000. And this is only for you collectors. That's all I'm going to say about that for now, but exciting year at the U.S. Mint. And you got to grab your opportunities when you can find them. The average person should not collect that stuff, should not stack that stuff. The average person should have, at least 80% of their stack in weight. Okay, good old cheap silver and gold. Authentic cheap silver and gold. If you want to play with collectibles, you're playing with the big boys, and you could get burned. My green light is still on. As long as silver holds 35 and gold holds 3,200, I'm extremely bullish going forward. Let's see how today ends. Here is the link to the Brent Johnson video right here, and let's keep going. All right, let's do a silver maple. Silver maple at Monument Metals, 39. We have got a circulated maple at SD Bullion, 37.65. Not a bad price for a messed up maple. We've got a kangaroo over at Bullion Exchanges, 38.14. We have a Britannia, is 38.14 at Bullion Exchanges. A Krugerrand is 38.81 at Summit Metals. And a Philharmonic is 38.14 at Bullion Exchanges. We'll skip the Libs and the Privy Eagles. And let's go to Costco. Price is a little lower today. We have got only 3 products. We got the Silver Bar at $3.99, the Gold Eagle at $33.89. If you're buying that, I'd wait for the Buffalo to come back at the same price. And we have a 100-gram gold bar, $10,799. Do not buy that. Big gold is hard to sell. All right, let's keep going here. And moving on to junk in the trunk. It's a little pricier today, a little overspot at 26.2 times face over at Monument Metals. You can still get the Mercs. I mean, if I was going to buy, quarters at 26.2 and I could get Mercs at 27, I'd probably buy the Mercs. But I think you may find a better deal on this on eBay. We'll get there in 1 second. 1 ounce gold, oh gosh, we'll do bullion.com in a quantity of 20, 37.21. And let's do Golden State Mint didn't have any good deals today. Secondary market bars are 37.90 at Monument Metals. Maybe you get something cool in that. The Goose is he over 80? Nope, the Goose is 79.88 for 2 ounces. A very pretty silver there. Unlimited mintage on that one. A kilo can be had for 1,208 at Monument Metals. Can we get that under 1,200? Yeah, we probably will today, I think. All right, now we're on eBay where we're going to try to find the best prices we can using our credit cards. Links on my website to the cards I recommend. A pocket pinger can be had for 35 bucks. If you've never used it, grab one of these and put a Morgan silver dollar, not a modern restrike, or put a peace dollar, which you can get for 60 bucks as opposed to 100 bucks at the U.S. Mint for an also ran. Put a Morgan or a peace dollar in one of these and click it, and that alone, the sound of that alone is worth the 35 bucks for a pocket pinger. Okay, let's try to find some eagles. Couldn't find them at the dealers today. Not sure what's up with silver eagles. Where'd they all go? I don't know. Nothing cheap. All right, here is the Pinehurst deal. I don't like the Liberty deal. The Pinehurst deal, $7.92 for impaired eagles. That is about high 38s out the door, about the same as the dealer price. Here is more impaired. We don't want that. And we'll take a best offer on 2015 Eagles. Who are you? You are a zero feedback seller. Go away. Go away. Here's 810. How good a seller is this? It's a big seller. Good feedback. 810 puts you at $40.50. $39.50 out the door for 2010 Silver Eagles. I got some toning on the top one there, but otherwise they look righteous. Yeah, I would buy that, and you'd find some eagles as opposed to not find any cheap eagles this morning. Anything else? Here's another one. Oh, here you can go right to bullion.com. Same price, $8.10, and well, you can get all over eBay. You can get eagles much cheaper and much better quality than you can at the dealers this morning. So buy as many of those as you want. That'd be around $39 out the door, which would be under $3 premium. Not too bad. Okay, let's keep moving here. We did good on the eagles. Are they cheaper in a large lot of 100? Holy moly. Let's see. Let's find something good. Impaired, no, if you can get, well, the impaireds are $39.42. That'd be about $38.30 out the door for 100. Here you can get the BU for $40.20. That'd be about $39 out the door for 100 BU Eagles from BGASC random year. That's a good deal as well if you're buying Eagles today. Again, I would wait a couple hours and see how the day shakes out. But it could shake out well, or they could slam it hard. It's so hard to know what the manipulators are going to do with one of the highest short positions in history on silver at the moment. And you saw what they did to reserve requirements on platinum the other day, which took it down like 5% or something. Okay, let's keep going here and do the rotation. 25 Maples as cheap as $9.75. 25 Britannias as cheap as $9.75. 25 Kangaroos as cheap as $9.90. These are all interchangeable, guys. 25 Krugerrands as cheap as $9.75. They will take a best offer. I think someone said they'll only give you like 10 bucks off if you go for this. So you probably get that at $9.65. And if you check the cheat sheet, $9.65 out the door with a 3% rebate credit card I got to fix my chart here. $9.65 would be about $37.50. About $1.50 over if you want to take a run at that Krugerrand deal right there. It also supports charity. If you pick that up, let me know how nice those are when you get them. That's it for, I forgot the Philharmonics. Philharmonics as cheap as 30, let's see. This is a hard number. 780 would put you at 39, about 38 out the door on Philharmonics with a 3% rebate credit card. Junk in the trunk. Come on, we can do better than 50 cents over spot, can't we? Got to buy $10 worth to offset that shipping charge. Sellers are not going to sell you small junk and then pay $5 for shipping on it. $10 face, $2.49, and $5 put you at $2.55. And this is a good seller, 100% feedback. 25 times 25.5 times face for quarters. Ooh, 25.5. Then, okay, we'll do the math on this. This is smoking here. Oh, I love it. 25.5 times 0.97. Use those good credit cards. Links on my website. And bam, 24.73 times face. Just divide that by 0.715. And you will get a melt of 34.60. Wow, $1.50 under spot. Ooh, come on, channel members, pick that up. You know you want that. That's good. And he may have more. Does he have more? No, looks like he's only got the one, but check his other items. He may be giving other stuff away here. Seller's other items. This guy's dumping his silver. Oh, there's a 3-cent coin with a hole in it and a Hot Wheel. All right, we got a seller that does not know what he has. Pick those up. Somebody get that deal. Okay, how about a large lot of junk? And that is going to be, we don't want culls or slicks. We want, dimes, rosies, 26.3, about 25.5, 25.6 times face out the door. That's also a good deal on dimes. Dimes over quarters every day of the week. Okay, they're more fractional. We'll skip the Carson Cities and the Morgans, but you know I love them. And the cheapest kilo today can be had for $12.12 minus about $30, $35. Well, you'll be well under $1,200 on a kilo if you want to do that. If you're stacking big gold, here's your bar of the day. And this is an Elemental Mint hexagon bar for $3.96. Gets cheaper if you buy two. And there you go, Elemental Mint. They have very, very good products. They were also associated with a tremendous scandal involving the Amazon rainforest many years ago, and these players never go away. The heads of the companies never go away. They just recycle in the underbelly of the silver market, Elemental being a very big mint with some very fine products, actually. So you may want to consider this totally unique hexagonal bar for $40 silver. Okay, we'll keep going here. A kilo kook is $12.96 minus 3%. A tube of kooks is $41.50, about $40.50 out the door. That's actually not a bad price for a tube of kooks. Upscale bullion in your stack. These look to be 2025s. They got some kind of 25-year privy on them. So if you're going to buy a kook, you might as well get the anniversary editions for the same price as the regular years. And that's a pretty nice looking kook. If you like upscale bullion, the dealers will pay you a little more for those, but they're primarily an aftermarket product when you buy those. Let's do 1 ounce rounds. Big old lot out the door, about $36.30, right around spot there. Deal for 20 rounds is about $37.50, about $36.50 out the door. Better prices on eBay for everything today. Cowboy rounds, $38 out the door. Not a bad $2 premium on those Scottsdale Cowboys. 100 ounce bars are going to be as cheap as $37.44 or about $36.30 out the door. A small premium on those if you're stacking big silver. Let's go on to the gold. The 1 gram is as cheap as $117 minus 3%. The random 1/10 gold is as cheap as Coronation coin, $3.45. Well, interesting. Small seller, $3.49 with shipping. collectible coin right there. 4 nines gold, I think. Not a bad buy at 349 minus 3%. That's fractional. It's small. It's collectible. Pretty good. I think it's going to be, it's BU. Smaller seller though, so you take that into account if you want to pick that up. Oh, let's keep going. What a good day to buy. Again, to give it a couple hours, see if we have a smackdown. Quarter ounce gold as cheap as, woo, where'd you go? 874, 872, 872. As cheap as 872 for a circulated Krugerrand, and that would be about $25 off, around 850 on a circulated quarter ounce Krugerrand this morning. 10-gram gold. Out of stock. I gotta fix that. Doggone it. Half ounce gold, random half ounce gold. If you think gold is gold, then you'll buy the cheaper gold, won't you? And then when the dealer doesn't offer you much for it, you don't care. You don't want eagles, double eagles, etc. They're not a full ounce. You want to go to the pure gold or the foreign gold. You don't want the children dancing around the world or the ugly head coins. At least I don't want them. Let's see, for spouse, we'll skip those as well. And let's go on to a varied condition gold deal. And that'll be 1744 minus about $50, about $16.95 out the door. Can we get something prettier? Varied condition. Let's get you something pretty here. BU, there you go. There's a BU Eagle, half ounce BU Eagle, 1748. Let me do the math on that. I don't know. 1748 times 0.97. Use those good credit cards. You'll be at 1695, and times 2 to get the melt. That is a melt of 33.91 on a half ounce gold eagle, if you like that deal. Let's get up to the bigger gold. Bigger the gold, the bigger the savings on eBay. We're going to skip the Liberties and go right to a BU Gold Eagle, 34.38 out the door, about 33.20 or so. You see if that's cheaper than the dealer. How about a Buffalo? And can we get that at 34.87, about 33.77 out the door? I think that'll beat the dealer price on a BU Gold Buffalo, but I'd wait for Costco. A Krugerrand, we got to get these around spot, don't we? Let's see, let's go up to a full ounce Krugerrand. 34.10, about 3,300 out the door. That's about a push with the dealer. I like the Tudor Beast. I like the quarter ounce Tudor Beast. I don't like all the versions. I like the Dragon at $8.99 for a quarter ounce of gold. And for the 1 ounce of gold, you'll pay $3,430, but don't get the ugly unicorn or the ugly bull. Well, there's the Griffin. The Griffin's not bad. No, I'm sorry, that's the Panther. The Panther's not bad. 34.77. I was looking for a dragon. 34.77, about 33.50 out the door for a quarter ounce of 4 nines gold, British collectible. If you want to vary your stack a little bit, you don't mind have something unusual there. A $5 commemorative, 0.2419 ounce of gold at $8.35. I'll let you do the math, but that's a smoking deal. And a great alternative to the quarter ounce gold eagle. Well, you're going to pay like a, $800, no, $500 premium on a melt basis, or are you going to buy something near melt, and when you go to sell it, it won't hurt? Okay, I got a lot of those. Let's do, the Big Daddy, the $20, the $50 peso, 4106. I think that price is still good. You'll have to divide by 1.21 to get the melt on that, then times 0.97, and you'll see that's big gold collectible and a good price on beautiful, beautiful historic coin there. There's a lot of them out there, so don't think it's going to be truly valuable, but it will be cheap, and it will be big and impressive, and I bet you never sell it. Okay, let's move on here. Here's some stuff in my eBay store. If you want something, ask me for a friend discount. I'd be happy to help. The bars I pour, I'm going to get out in the shed and pour something new today for the July offering. There's a precious metals verifier. You want one of those. There's a vacuum sealer. You want one of those. There's a Devil Forge. You may want one of those if you're living on the wild side and buying big, cheap silver. Walk into your LCS and offer him, $1.50 back a spot for his 100-ounce bars. Probably give you one, melt it into shots, sell it on eBay for $5 over. There's the Amex card I recommend, the PayPal card I recommend, the Quicksilver card I recommend, and former picks of the day. And I thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up if you like what you're seeing here, and subscribe if you want to see more. Share it if you want your friends to get better deals than what they're paying, because they're only shopping in one place. We want to shop in all places. Get the best deals, don't we? And if you like what I'm doing, a cup of coffee is always greatly appreciated, or join my membership channel for $4.99 a month, and you'll be on the inner circle, and I'll do anything I can to help you guys out. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and good luck out there.